Joining us now from Charlotte, North Carolina is the mayor, via Lyles. And Mayor, Madam Mayor, thanks for being with us. We have been talking this morning with people on the Republican side of the aisle, and they seem to be painting this narrative that Joe Biden has lost a step, that he is slow. What do you say about that?
You know, I think people underestimate wisdom, experience, lifetime lessons, and we need to value that. I mean, I've listened to many grandmothers and many grandfathers, and I am one. That doesn't mean that you're slow. It just means that you've actually got great experiences that you can actually implement and see the world as a whole instead of just your narrow perspective. And that's from the Republican side. I don't know why they would say that in a way that this country needs the wisdom right now that Joe Biden would bring. His empathy, his understanding of relationships, his understanding of the African American community, the idea that we have to do things to make people a part of our country instead of just the elite, that it's for everyone. So I know that that's going to be their narrative, but it's not a true narrative.
Mayor, I'm curious from a political standpoint. You're a politician, and you look at voting blocks. You look at the millennials, you look at the baby boomers. You're a grandmother. I am a grandfather. What does it say to you when one side of the aisle or the other side of the aisle attacks people that are of a certain age? Is that just smart politically, or is it not wise?
No, it's a part of being divisive in our country. And the last thing we need to be doing is taking it and making divisiveness based on age. We need every part of this country, every millennial. Charlotte's the #1 city for millennial attraction right now. But I'm not a millennial, but they certainly supported me as a Democratic mayor of the city because we all have a part to play. So divisiveness in any way, shape, or form is a result of, I think, people that fear change, fear inclusiveness.
As someone who is more, has a larger affinity towards Earth, Wind, and Fire than 9-inch nails, how is it that we manage to bridge this gap between millennials and those of us who are baby boomers who really have some more to contribute to society? We're not ready to be put out to pasture, and we are not ready really to be talked about in terms of old and senile.
Well, the first thing I would say is that millennials are a valuable part of what we need to learn and learn from. What they bring to the table is just a different sense of urgency. And I think that's a positive thing. I think that millennials help us grow into the culture of change.
I'm curious, based on the president's comments, that he considers the current president to be a threat to American democracy. We have interviewed Republicans who say that's just not so. How do we square that circle? You have one president who says that he is a threat to the very existence of democracy, and the current administration saying that he has done more for Black Americans than anybody since Abraham Lincoln. How do we square that circle?
Well, it doesn't take much to square when you know the facts. We can't have a country ruled by executive order. We can't have a country that decides that children belong in cages. We can't have a country that says it's okay to lock down the post office when it's the most important election coming forward. So for me, I don't have to worry about that circle. It's very sharply apparent that the idea of what we have had, especially in the last 6 months, has been divisiveness, has been autocratic, and I believe that President Obama spoke the truth, that if we don't get out and vote and have this change in administration, darkness will come.
Mayor, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about grandma, my favorite topic. Stay with us.